Good afternoon to one and all. I am here to present one more transportation problem called Vogler's approximation method. So we are going to calculate transportation problem using Vogler's approximation method, and this is the last method in transportation problem, students. And this is also called as penalty method. Remember, students, VAM method is also called as penalty method. So we will be using penalties to solve this problem. Let's move ahead. So here what you will be doing in this penalty method is you will be taking penalties for both demand and supply, students. Okay. So here we are taking penalties for both demand and supply. Here we will take penalties. Or say penalty. So we will go with the first penalty on both demand and supply. So how do you calculate penalty? Here what we do is, say suppose you are taking the row. You have to subtract the minimum with next minimum value. Okay, students, if I take the column, I'll subtract with minimum and the next minimum value. Now first I will go with destinations. Okay. So here you have to subtract 40 minus 19. Okay, so how much we are going to get? 21. Okay, then next here 30 minus 8. Yes? Good, 22. Then next here is minimum is 40. That is 50 minus 40 is 10. Next is 10 and 20. 20 minus 10 is 10. Here also the similar way you need to calculate the penalties. Okay, here the minimum value is 10 and 19. So 19 minus 10 will give me 9. Here 30 and 40 will give me 10. And here it is 8 and 20. So it is give me 12. Okay. Now you ask, first thing I forgot, I directly went with the penalty. The same thing, step 1 ma. Before moving forward, step 1, check demand is equal to supply. So here is again 34 here demand and 34 is supply. So I'll write here 34. So because both are equal, I will move forward with the step 2 using VAM method. Okay, so here we got both the demand and supply equal. So we have gone with this VAM method, and this is how you calculate step 2. The whole process is step 2. Okay. Now here we have calculated the penalties now. Once we calculate the penalty, you need to check which is the highest penalty. So the highest penalty is 22. Yes, students, the highest penalty is 22. So in this 22, you need to check which is the minimum value. Here 8 is minimum, so you need to put a penalty here. Okay. See, again I am telling you, students, you need to check both the penalties in rows and column. In that, you need to take the highest penalty. Penalty should be highest, and in that highest, that is column, we are getting it to the column. Okay, D2. So in this column, check which is the minimum value. So 8 is the minimum value in this column. So I put the allocation to this 8. So here it is 8 and 18. Demand is 8. Supply is 18. You need to check the same values for demand and supply. So here 8 is minimum. I put the allocation 8 and cancel, make it 0 for the demand, and supply will come to 10. Okay, once it becomes 0, you need to cancel this column till the penalties. Then next, again you need to calculate the penalty. Now this is second penalty for row and column. Now if I take the second penalty, students, here if I subtract, same thing, 40 minus 19. So again it is 21. Because this is cancelled, I just put it dash. We are not considering that penalty now. Okay, then here 50 minus 40 is 10. That is 40 is less and next less value is 50. So 50 minus 40 is 10. Here also 10 and 20. 10 is minimum, next minimum value is 20. So 20 minus 10, I'll get 10. Yes, students. So here again you need to calculate with row wise penalties. So here it is 19 and 10 minimum. So I get the value as 9. Then next 40 and 60 here. Now this is cancel 30. So 40 and 60. So 60 minus 40 is 20. Okay. Then next minimum value is 40 and 20. So here also I get the penalty as 20. Yes, students, I hope you are clear till the penalties. Now in these two penalties, row and column, which is the highest? 21 is the highest. And now you need to check in this column which is the minimum value. 19 is the minimum value. So I put the allocation for 19. Okay. I put the allocation for it 19. Then now once I put the allocation, students, I need to check demand and supply. So demand is 5, supply is 7. So minimum is 5. I make it 0. Okay, and here 7 minus 5 is 2. So I cancel this complete column. Because it has got 0, I am cancelling this column and till the penalties. Now next same thing, you need to calculate the third penalty here, students. Okay, so here we will be calculating the third penalty. Yes, now the third penalty values, here the first is dash, second is dash. Now here minimum you need to go along. That is 50 minus 40 is 10. 10, that's 20 minus 10 is 10. Then next third penalty here, 50 and 10, it becomes 40. Then here 40 and 60 is 20, 70 and 20 will be 50. Yes, students? Okay. Now in these penalties, which one is the highest? Now if I see 50 is the highest value. Now in this row, now you have to check row wise because it has come to row. So in this row, which is the minimum? 20 is minimum. I put the allocation here. Demand is 14, supply is 10. So I take 10 as minimum value. This becomes 0 and this becomes 4. So I cancel this whole row till the penalty. Then next fourth penalty I need to take, students. Okay, this will get cancelled. Now here 50 minus 40 is 10. 60 minus 10 is 50. Now calculating the fourth penalty for the row. Okay, so here it is 50 minus 10, it is 40. 60 minus 40, it is 20. And here it is nothing. Okay, because it is cancelled. Now the maximum value, maximum penalty is 50. Again it is coming to the column. Okay, so in this column, which is the minimum value? 10. I put the allocation for this 10. Okay students, for this maximum penalty, the minimum value in this column is 10. So now I need to check demand and supply. So demand, supply is 2, demand is 4. So the minimum value is 2. I put 2 here, cancel, this becomes 0 and this becomes 2. Because it has come to 0, I cancel this row till the penalty. Okay, now penalty 5. Now we are going ahead with the next penalty. Here dash, here dash. Now 40 is remaining. So I write here only 40. Here 60 is remaining. I write here 60. Now coming with the row penalty. This is penalty 5. Okay, so here if I take row first is dash. Here 60 minus 40 is 20. Again it is dash. Okay, now in this penalties, 60 is the highest penalty. Okay, because there is only one value left, I put the allocation for this value 60. Okay students, now demand is 2, supply is 9. So I'll take here to minimum value, this becomes 0 and this will be 7. I cancel this column till the penalties. Okay, now only remaining value is 40. Okay, I put the allocation here. Here both demand and supply are 7 and 7. I put here 7. This becomes 0 and this becomes 0. Okay, so this is how we calculate the step 2. Okay, using the VAM method, which is also called, as I told you in my introduction, as penalty method. Now we have to go ahead with step 3. That is step 3, to check if IBFS is satisfied. Okay, how do we check? There's a formula for it, as I told you. Number of allocations should be equal to M plus N minus 1. So number of allocations, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 allocations. Row are 3, columns are 4 minus 1. 3 plus 4 minus 1, that is equal to 7 minus 1. That is 6 is equal to 6. Therefore, IBFS is satisfied. Remember student, if IBFS is not satisfied, then the problem is degenerated basic feasible solution. Okay, so that point you can say that the solution is degenerated basic feasible solution. Okay, now let's start with the next step, that is step 4, to calculate transportation cost. Now you need to calculate the transportation cost the similar way with previous problems, that is the source value, or say the value in the table into the allocation. Okay, so it is 19 into 5, it is 10 into 2, then you have 40 into 7, then you have 8 into 8, then you have 60 into 2, then the last is 20, that is 20 into 10. Okay, so these are the values we got. Now you need to multiply it. 19 into 15, Yeah, 19 into 5. Sorry, 19 into 5 is 95. 20, that is 280, 64, 120, and this is 200. So can you tell total? 779. So this is the total value for the transportation cost. So here, therefore, the optimum solution is 779. Okay, so this is a method, or this is the way we need to calculate Vogler's approximation method, and one of the last method in transportation problem. I hope you students have understood. Have a great day. We'll meet in the next session.